Continuing the tradition of voting for their class speaker, this year's class selected their very own principal. Mr. Vargas is known informally as the head of the NATO family. Rival schools may refer to him as the loud guy who does the cheer with the students whenever we just defeat someone. He graduated across the border from Kansas in Dewey High School. He is a proud graduate of the University of Oklahoma with a degree in social studies education. While there, he was select leader in the Pride of Oklahoma, a member of Phi Mu Alpha fraternity, a teaching assistant, resident advisor in athletic dorms, supervisor of the gym. Mr. Vargas began his employment and education as a high school social studies teacher in Sand Springs, Oklahoma. The next stop in his career was as a social studies teacher in El Dorado, Kansas. It is there he began his coaching experiences with football, girls basketball, and track. After receiving the Kansas Horizon Award, he continued his education and was awarded the Graduate Student of the Year through Emporia State University in Educational Administration. Mr. Vargas has served 2 years as the assistant principal before becoming the head of the NATO family last year. Mr. Vargas has spearheaded many initiatives alongside the NATO family that led to amazing turnaround these past 4 years. A devoted father, he and his lovely wife Amber have a son Bradley and a daughter Lisita. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming the head of the NATO family and this year's guest speaker, Mr. Blake A. Vargas.
Dr. Morton, President Robson, members of the Board of Education, parents, family, and friends of the graduates, and the ladies and gentlemen of Phil Kinley Memorial High School class of 2014. For the privilege of speaking to you this afternoon, I am deeply honored and grateful. No other commencement speaker has the opportunity to address not only a myriad of state qualifying teams in athletics, but also debate and forensics, FFA, band, choir, FCCLA, Skills USA, DECA, and something that no other SEK school or anyone in this area has, a National Merit finalist. I've been thinking long and hard about what I would like to say to this class. We've come a long way. I can still remember our journey as we sat in the auditorium and I went over new expectations and what it meant to be a part of the high school now. I explained the importance of us coming together as a family, and it was that bond as a family that I'll forever be grateful for. The accomplishments we have made as a family cannot be attributed to my own thoughts and ideas, but rather a result of listening to yours. Recently, a quote came across my Twitter feed. Yes, I'm on Twitter. And it reminded me of the journey that we've taken these past 4 years. Listen to everyone and learn from everyone, because nobody knows everything, but everyone knows something. I'll say that again. Listen to everyone and learn from everyone, because nobody knows everything, but everyone knows something. It was a simple act of listening to ideas from both faculty and students that led to an amazing turnaround since you've arrived at the high school. So to put it in a language that you guys speak daily and understand, #listening. If you listen to one piece of advice that I can give you today, it's that the real world does not give awards for mediocrity or for second place. There's only one president of the United States, only one MVP of the league, only one conductor of the New York Philharmonic, only one winner of the Boston Marathon, and lucky for us in Coffeyville, there was only one NATO family, #NGOE. So what does that mean to be a part of the NATO family, and why is that unique to us here? If I were to ask each one of you that question, you'd all have a different response, and they'd all be correct. Some of you would talk about our athletic or academic achievements. Many might refer to the outstanding group of faculty and staff that have been there for you day in and day out. For many of you, it would be the relationships that you have with your peers. Still others would say, it's all about that swag. You know what I'm saying, we are the Miller's movie reference, no ragrets. Now for those of you in the audience who are using Google to look up what swag is, I'll help you out. It's defined as a curtain or piece of fabric fastened as to hang in a drooping fashion. 2, as money or goods taken by a thief or burglar. And 3, see Nathan Finley's walk. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, I'm going to do my best and try to demonstrate, because it truly, I'm not going to do it justice. So, Mr. Finley, you want to come show him what I'm talking about? Come over here. Are you okay? If you haven't seen him, honestly, when he was a freshman, I thought he had, a little hitch in his step, but he's got that swag when he comes on, And the thing about swag, so what does that mean here with the NATO family? Well, it's often confused for being cocky, but it's not. It's about confidence. It's about confidence in knowing who you are and never letting perception drive reality. Because let's face it, if perception were reality here, we'd have armed guards in our hallway, and we would have never had a nonviolence celebration this year. If perception were reality, our girls would have never competed for a state title this year, let alone had a winning season. But perception isn't reality here. The reality about perception is that it's often fueled by jealousy, which can lead to, of all things, imitation. And a wise man once said that imitation is the highest form of flattery. Hashtag Indy, hashtag homecoming parade, we had it first. But the great Notre Dame coach, Lou Holtz, would remind us about that, a lesson to be learned from that. And that is simply that you can never get ahead of anyone if you're always trying to get even with him. So stay true to yourself and stay your course, and you'll be just fine. I have to admit, it's the simple things that I'm going to miss the most about this class. Eating lunch with you when you guys were freshmen and sophomores over in the cafeteria, the marathon rides up to state when we were going to Salina, the myriad of different handshakes and nicknames that are out there. What's up, Home Slice? It's those simple things I'm going to miss the most. And I apologize for not being over in the cafeteria more lately. These federal regulations that they have been a little tough. Thank you, Michelle Obama. Hashtag where's the salt? Hashtag fat-free ranch is gross. I'm convinced this health craze is all about us living longer so we can pay taxes to the government longer, but I'm way off topic. So, Coach Holtz, bring me back around. He once said, "You are not born a winner, and you are not born a loser. You simply are what you make yourself be." So my challenge for you today is simply make yourself be you. Never, ever let anyone dictate where you should eat, how you should dress, or what you do in life. Don't let social media, the TV, whatever it is out there, spoiled artists, hashtag Justin Bieber, dictate any of that. Find your passion. That's what I've encouraged you for 4 years. Find your passion, whatever it is, and live for it day in and day out. Once you have that passion, set your goal and set them high. If you never fail, your goals aren't high enough. Some of the greatest things that I've learned in life come from failure and from hardships. And you guys understand that better than anyone. This city does. It was in 2007 that a flood nearly took out this entire town. But you overcame it. You fought through that adversity. In the words of Coach Zog, you rised up from that when life knocked you down. That's going to serve you well in the future, I promise. So again, in closing, I'll keep this short because I know it is warm. It's that bond as a family that I will forever be grateful for. Remember that there is nothing stronger than the bond of a family. It's an unconditional love that's never ending. So wherever you go in life, whatever it is that you do, I challenge you with one simple thing. Find your family. And if there isn't one there, make your own. That's what I did 4 years ago, and it turned out pretty well. So again, live life for the moment. Take nothing for regret. Find your passion, Set your goals high. Never be afraid to fail. Stand back up when life knocks you down. And remember, never ever forget where you came from. Hashtag class of 2014. Hashtag, and I promise it's my last one. I love you all. Thank you all, and God bless.